focus that question. Allow me to introduce Abby Ornstein, who will be speaking on leadership.
Thank you, Matt. Don't tell Mr. Starin, but I've never been a huge book reader. Movies are where it's at. Nothing is better than a nice big bowl of popcorn, a comfy couch, and a widescreen TV to stare at for hours and hours and get lost in. My mother always told me I should start reading books because TV rots the brain. I'd like to differ, but that's a whole separate argument. There's a movie called Pay It Forward. For those of you who haven't seen it, it explores the life of a young boy named Trevor who is caught up by an intriguing assignment from his new social studies teacher. The assignment is to think of an idea to change the world and put it into action. How a 10-year-old child could possibly change the world is a mystery to me, but sure enough, Trevor comes up with the brilliant idea of paying it forward. Repaying good deeds with new deeds done to 3 new people who will then pay it forward to 3 more people, and so on until millions of people are touched. When I was younger, I was a spectator. I viewed life from the sideline, hardly ever speaking up, even if I thought a call was unfair. I was content with letting others lead. For those of you who know me, or even those of you who do not, you might not use the word shy to describe me. But let me just tell you, I used to be very quiet. It could be embarrassing. It could be nerve-wracking to lead others. What if my face turns red as a tomato? What if I start sweating? What if I mess up? What if I look in the audience and can't get one word out? What if I trip? What if I go down the wrong staircase after I get my NHS award? Oh wait, that was me last year. In a way, my life paralleled that movie. I challenged myself to become the leader, ignoring the what-ifs and using them to push myself. I challenged myself to lead and not to follow, and to pay it forward. To be the person who thinks of the new ideas and puts them into action, leading others to strive to do the same. Obviously, many of you are already leaders in your community, church, athletics, academics, and so on. But I can guarantee you that there are some spectators among us who are just listening. They are content to follow like I was, but perhaps not yet comfortable taking on the leadership role. I am challenging you to put yourself out there, to be the leader. To not just delegate, or to be delegated to. Take on the challenging role of paying it forward. Take on the role of being that someone who others can depend on for getting things done. It may not always be easy. There will be tests along the way. There will be moments in which you wish you were just a bystander, not the one with the weight on your shoulder. Leading is not always easy. Sometimes those followers, like I used to be, are not that dependable. Sometimes the leader has to take on the tasks him or herself. Let me just tell you, don't just watch the movie. Don't just watch life go by. Be an active participant, be a leader, and be the person like that 10-year-old in the movie. Go out there and change the world. I now light the candle of leadership. Now, speaking on service, please help me welcome Megan Wigg.
Tonight we are here to recognize each of you for your outstanding accomplishments throughout your years so far at Lombard West. It is not easy to become a part of the National Honor Society, so tonight we admire your hard work and dedication to your academics and extracurricular activities. You have all truly earned your membership into NHS, and for that you should be proud of yourselves. But it is necessary to remember that being a member of NHS goes beyond just a title. By being a member of the National Honor Society, you are called upon to commit to more than your academics, but also to service. I know how much stress school can cause, and oftentimes this stress forces many students to neglect the importance of community service. But, as Robert Baden-Powell once said, the most worthwhile thing is to try to put happiness into the lives of others. By doing community service, you are inserting this happiness into others' lives. Therefore, although the stress of school may seem overwhelming, we should all make time for service. From experience, I can relate to how significant of an impact such a simple act of service can have on a person. When I was a junior, I was in USAP, and I was planning on going to the library after school to study for the test that was scheduled for the next day. To say it simply, I was not having a great day, and so by the time the bell rang, I was ready to just go home and sleep. But one of my friends said that she had scheduled a tutoring session with an NHS member, and somehow she convinced me into coming with her to study for the test. I strolled into the library, planning to probably just zone out and not really pay attention to the tutor. But after a half hour, my eyes had opened wider than they had all day, and my attitude had completely altered to become excited and positive that I was ready to take that test. I will never forget that enthusiastic and happy attitude I walked out of the library with. That NHS tutor probably thought of our tutoring session as a tiny act of sharing her knowledge, but to me it was so much more. I know it is one of the most cliche things to say, but honestly, now as a fourth quarter senior, I truly understand that your 4 years of high school are the quickest 4 years of your life. As members of NHS, you should all strive to be remembered for more than just your academic excellence. Strive to make an impact on the lives of others through service. Because 10 years from now, no one is going to remember your class rank or what you got on that one math test. But the kid you helped study for his test the other day will always remember the happiness you instilled in him when that difficult concept clicked in his head, and will always appreciate the time you spent helping him. Therefore, tonight I invite you to dedicate yourself to keep up your hard work, and also to devote yourself to the service of others. I know that this is not a simple task, but I have the confidence that each and every one of you have the ability to inspire others through the acts of service. I now light the candle of service. Now, speaking on character, please help me welcome Krishna Patel.